What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today is March the 12th. CPI data just came out, but I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And with that said, let's get right to it. So starting off, CPI just came out, like I mentioned, both on a month-over-month and year-over-year basis. It was a little bit higher than anticipated, which normally should spook the broader market and cause it to go down. But the futures are very, very green right now, and most likely people are just cutting through this BS data right here and just looking at the true data. So in reality, the energy basket did go up 2.3%, meaning the other basket items did go down equivalently. So that's what people are looking for and targeting. And especially if you do piggyback that with the consumer data that came out last week, it shows and signals that people are out there spending the money. They are struggling somewhat, but they are surviving. So the economy is relatively strong. So that's how I'm kind of interpreting all of this information. And plus, you can kind of see based on the last couple of reports, the energy basket has been going down. So of course, that does mean the other basket items were going up. So that's why the last couple of data points were relatively negative versus this one is seen as a little bit more optimistic. But who knows? That's just my own interpretation, of course. Fear and greed index is at 67, so people's appetite for risk is still relatively there, so that's kind of a good thing. Should really propel a lot of stocks higher today. But getting right to it, starting off with SOFI, so it is up 1.3%. No news, no SEC filings, nothing like that. Shorts aren't doing all that much, so I'll just quickly refresh. So it does look like, yeah, they're kind of increasing about 20 shares or 29 shares. 18.24% of the free float is being shorted, so that is a new short interest because as of yesterday, I know I've explained this in the past, but there's 2 times per month when a exchange does disclose the true amount of shares. It is still delayed, but they did submit that yesterday, and so as of February the 29th, there was 154.36 million shares being shorted. So then what Ortex does is they take this information and calculate from February the 29th to the present, which again is kind of delayed information, but regardless, this is how you do get that. Instead of 16.93% short interest, you are getting this 18.24. So let me know your thoughts on that. 166.48 million shares overall are being shorted, and if you are watching or at least looking at trading SOFI, it looks like it's up 1.82% pre-market. You really want to watch for it to get above this 797. So if it does get above that, then anticipate back into the 8s or at least the mid to high 8s. So 876 will be the next strong resistance. Moving on, good old PayPal, no news, no SEC filings, nothing like that. Shorts similarly aren't doing all that much, but this company isn't heavily shorted by any means. So 2% short interest. But if you're looking at trading PayPal with it at $60.42, it is above this pivot point. So this is something it's been struggling with yesterday. So $60.34 will be that next strong support. So throughout the day, you'll want to watch for that point to hold. And then if so, then this is where it could get back to somewhat the pre-earnings levels, so 63.82. Regardless though, there's a lot of volatility with PayPal, as you can kind of see based on just the wide gaps on the fib levels. Oracle did have their earnings relatively good. It is up 12.32%. Right now, shorts aren't doing all that much, but Oracle isn't heavily shorted by any means, so 0.87% of the free float is being shorted. If you're looking at trading it with $128, it's just within this range. So $122 will be that strong support. Vice versa, 133 will be that next strong resistance. In my opinion, I don't really see either of them being touched today, so it's probably just going to trade within this range. Nothing wrong with that, so just kind of be aware of that. Moving on, so this one is ticker SGLY. This is what they do, so you can always pause it and read through it. It is based out of the States, Marine Ports and Services. So this company did recently do a reverse stock split, as you can kind of see right here. So they did one on February the 12th, 2024, a 1-for-10. But oddly enough, this company is up 30% pre-market. There's no news, no SEC filings, no hints of anything. So I feel like this is one of those things that is happening so far in 2024. It's just a lot of companies that are doing reverse stock splits somehow are just going up. I'm not really sure why. This company is not heavily shorted, so 0.76, so even lower than Oracle, as crazy as that sounds. So all in all, I think just big money is getting in for whatever reason. So it is up 32.9%, and it is just trading between these 2 points, so the pivot and the R1. So $30.48 will be the strong support, and $50, and then aside from that, $5.16 will be that next strong resistance. And moving on to the final stock, Marathon. So ticker is MARA. It is up 1.07%. It actually was red prior to the CPI data, so that helped it get it a little bit higher. And Bitcoin has just been running like a madman. So Marathon, probably as a result or byproduct, will get a lot of volatility and most likely kind of trend up. 15.72% of the free float is being shorted. 41.7 million shares overall are being shorted. Similarly, shorts aren't doing all that much right now. Probably a lot of them were just waiting for CPI data, and this data is delayed by 15 minutes. So that's why it'll kind of pop up momentarily. But right here with it trading at $20.92, it is trading between this S1 and the pivot, so lagging somewhat the broader market and a lot of other growth stocks. But $18.52 will be the strong support, and then $25.38 will be that next strong resistance. So all in all, these are some of the hot and trending stocks, especially based on volume. A lot of these are getting tons of volume and attention, and oddly enough, this one is too. So SGLY. So this one's really interesting, but who knows? Let me know your thoughts on, for instance, the stocks I talked on. What other stocks are you watching? Potentially why? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. And one final thing, take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for an account with MULN, throw $100 at it, and they give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. Take advantage of this. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.